if you want to get into Disney, then you're going to need a portfolio of drawings of people and animals from life. And he was saying you need a figure drawing portfolio. No cartoon characters, he said. We want to see you draw people and animals from life. So I went and took figure drawing classes, and I would go. One day I actually went with a buddy of mine, Andy. I met this guy named Andy, freshman year of college, and he was by far the best artist in the school because the guy never stopped drawing. I mean, he was amazing, really incredible artist. And he became my best friend. Andy was the best artist I knew, but he also was the best artist because he had the best work ethic, the best values. He had the best discipline. So one day, me and Andy, with the rest of our class, we go to the zoo to draw animals for our portfolio to get into Disney. And there's got to be about, about, I don't know, 14, 15 students. We get on the bus, we get to the zoo, and that day in Columbus, Ohio, happens to be a bitter, cold, freezing day. I mean, freezing. And we get to the zoo. The first thing we do is we go into this little Wendy's cafe that they had there in the zoo. And we get like hot coffee, and we're just warming up. And after about 3 minutes, Andy and I sharpen the pencils, my best friend, right? And we go out through the zoo, and it's freezing, and we find, like, what animal are we going to draw? That was always what we would do. We'd walk around the zoo until we find which animal we were in the mood to draw that day. Like, what animal was out. You know, sometimes you go to the zoo and the animals are hiding, or they're sleeping, they're under a rock, you can't see them. But this one particular day, an elephant was just walking back and forth in its area, in its pen. And it just would go there and turn around and walk back. And we're like, oh my God, this is the best thing, because we're studying movement, right, Ryan? We're studying animation. So just seeing this elephant walk back and forth was the best thing. We sat there shivering, and we're drawing this elephant for an hour. It was just the best. Afterwards, we go into the bus and we watch, and we're showing each other our artwork. I'm like, dude, let me see what you drew. And Andy's like, let me see what you drew. And I'm showing him, like, oh, that's awesome. Look how you did that. And then I said to one of the other guys, I said, hey, we said to the rest of the students, we never saw you guys at the elephants. You would have loved it. What animals were you guys drawing? And one of the guys looks to me and he says, well, we never drew any animals. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, we never left the Wendy's. We never left the cafe. We couldn't leave. I said, why couldn't you leave? He goes, because it's too cold. Oh, it's too cold. You mean it's too painful? You mean it's too difficult? You mean you'd have to get out of your comfort zone? You see, it's one thing to dream big. It's another thing to work big.